Man, one of my best friends, man, when we was coming out of fifth grade, he went to jail because he was hungry. And he had robbed some kids at some grown people at City Park. Them was the people that's who I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends was in the South. All my friends was in the bottom, you know.
What school you went to?
I went to Goodwood Elementary. So, first crush, first everything, they was all in the hood. Everything about my life, you know, even though my mama had got the job at the post office and she was able to take us to a place that I didn't have to live it, but it was already who I was. Right. So even when we moved to Baker, I had fun in Baker, but I still wanted to go on Myrtle Street with my friend.
Right.
And I used to, but the blessing part was I was able to bring my friends that lived on South 18th and Myrtle Street to Baker.
Right.
So they got to see something that they probably wouldn't have got to see before. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was really a blessing in disguise because they taught me another side of life, but I taught them another side of life too.
Right. Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When you get your first job?
16, on my 16th birthday.
16. You worked any summer jobs, JTPA, you remember that?
I could never get it because my mom worked at the post office. She made just enough money where I couldn't qualify. Now, I've always hustled though,
What was your first job?
Legal or illegal?
Illegal job.
Legal job, cutting grass. Cutting grass.
So that was entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
In that itself.
Yep.
How'd you get your lawnmower?
I borrowed one from my auntie.
Borrowed one. I did that too.
Yep. Borrowed one from my auntie. And better yet, my nanny is actually who got me started. The same lady that taught me how to cook, she taught me how to hustle too. My mama taught me how to hustle really though. But my nanny, she had a lawnmower. But she would call me over there to come cut her grass. She paid me $5 every time I cut it. Boy, I was over there twice a week. Yeah. That grass wasn't even up.
I remember them days. $5 went a long way.
Man, $5 went a long way.
I mean, we cut like a football field.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yo.
This is what I want you to do.
What's up?
As many as you can remember, just list to me all the jobs you've been to. I want people to
It's really too many to name. All right, let me see.
Because I got a long list too.
Yeah, Taco Bell, A&W Root Beer, Super Kmart. I was working A&W and Super Kmart at the same time, cooking. Then Chase Bank, hated it. Manager at Pizza Hut, loved it. Domino's as a driver, and I worked at the Domino's distribution center as a truck driver. Okay. Cox Communications. I love Cox Communications. That was the one. Oh.
What happened?
I was young and stupid. Man, look, I was single, had my own spot, 21 years old, own car.
Don't even fool with that right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because I'm trying to build something.
Yeah.
After Cox, where you want.
I started driving trucks.
So now you got the CDL, you can drive truck.
Yep. Because Cox had blackballed me. I couldn't get a job at McDonald's. Yeah, it was bad. Went to Cartana Mall, ran into a dude named Damon Pope. I say, Damon, I need a job, bro. He say, man, your driving record clean? I was like, yeah. He wrote down this number on a napkin. He said, call this number. Started driving trucks, like within 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Hit the road. First time in Memphis by myself. I was out there 6 months. Asked me how much money I left with.
How much?
$60. Asked me how much money I had before I got on the bus though.
How much?
Nothing. My auntie gave me $60. She said, Brandon, you can't go out there with no money. Dude, I was about to get on the bus with no money. Cause I be damn. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a hard time.
Oh, hard. Man, the hardest. You know what I'm saying?
So you go from this great job at Cox,
dude,
awesome job,
dude,
to driving trucks to $60.
To $60, had nothing.
So how was that dealing with driving? What was that?
Driving was a means to an end. It was nothing I ever wanted to do, But I had always heard how much money you could make in it. And my motivating force is always making some money. For as long as I can remember, you know, I did my first hustle when I was like 8, 9 years old because I realized the power of money, you know. I didn't like having to ask for stuff and couldn't get it, you know. So I knew I didn't want to do nothing too bad, but at the same time, and the reason why I didn't want to do nothing too bad because my friend that had went to jail was always in the back of my head. That's why I always knew how far to go. You know, had I not had him, ain't no telling what my future would have been. So started driving trucks, man. And, man, I drove for about 5, 6 different companies, you know, because it wasn't what I really wanted to do.
So you were making money though, right?
I was making money, but I wasn't not in the beginning. I wasn't making the kind of money. Yeah. I wasn't making the kind of money that you would think I was making. You know, I wasn't making the money I heard truck drivers make, right? It wasn't until I got the job at driving for Domino's. That was my first.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I worked at Domino's distribution.
Yeah. Domino's is the one that paid me my first $1,500 check in 1 week.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And you know what else I noticed?
What up?
I want to bring this to your attention.
Yeah.
You talked about some restaurants you worked at and said loved it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
all of them. All of them. Man, I'm gonna tell you, every fast food restaurant. When I was Super Kmart, I worked. Even though I was employed with Super Kmart.
Airline?
No, Millerville.
Millerville. Okay.
Yeah. Even though I was employed with Super Kmart, they had a restaurant at Super Kmart. I forgot but it was the Sunrise Cafe, and they changed it to the Millerville Diner.
Yeah.
Dude, Ronald Marshall was the manager. He was the one that hired me on my 16th birthday at Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, when I say I went and shot my applications when I was 15. So when I made 16, I had a job. That's how serious it was for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The last interview I did was with Ronald Marshall at Taco Bell in Cortana Mall the day before, on February the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? And he said, come back tomorrow ready to work. Because tomorrow I can hire you. I can't hire you today. February the 4th, 1998, my first day of work, 16 years old. Great. I've never been without a job ever since. I started realizing that, hey, on a Saturday, I can make $700. I got to work 40 hours to make this $700 on this job. But on one Saturday selling barbecue,